Please, do not make a sound. Do not breathe loud. Do not come out until everywhere is silent.
In the city of Lagos, where the roads are wide and the noise never sleeps, there lived two men who had been friends since their feet were too small to fill a man's sandal. Their names were Emeka and Damilare. From the same street in Mushin, from the same dust and the same hunger. They had shared bread when there was only half a loaf. They had lent each other shoes for job interviews. They called each other brother. And they meant it. Emeka was a man of hard hands and a harder mind. He built his small construction business from nothing, from one wheelbarrow to one truck, from one truck to 10, from 10 to a full fleet. His wife, Adesai, stood beside him every step, a woman of quiet strength, like the roots of an iroko tree that no wind can see but no storm can uproot. Together they had one child, a boy of 7 named Chidi, a boy with his father's eyes and his mother's smile. Damilare also worked hard, but while Emeka climbed, Damilare stumbled. While Emeka's name was spoken in boardrooms, Damilare's debts were spoken in hushed tones. He smiled at Emeka's table, he ate Emeka's food, he drank Emeka's wine. But in the silence of his bedroom, where no friend could see, jealousy was building its house inside him, laying bricks of resentment one by one. Then came the day that would change everything. A federal government contract, the biggest infrastructure deal in the region's history, was awarded to Emeka's company. 47 million naira. Roads, bridges, schools, the kind of contract men dream of in the dark and pray for at dawn. The whole city buzzed with the news. Emeka called Damilare first, before even his mother. "Brother!" Emeka's voice sang through the phone. "We have arrived. Come to my house tonight. Adaizi is cooking pepper soup. Tonight we celebrate, you and me as always." And Damilare said, "I am happy for you, brother." But his eyes did not smile when his mouth smiled. That night, sitting at Emeka's table, eating Emeka's food, Damilare looked around at the house, the television, the furniture, the laughing wife, the running child, and something dark and cold settled into his chest. Why him? Why not me? We started the same road. Why is his road gold and mine is sand? Envy, my children, does not announce itself at the door. It comes in quietly, dressed like a question. But once it enters, it does not leave without blood. 3 weeks after the contract was announced, on a night when the rain fell heavy on Lagos rooftops and the streets were dark as the inside of a closed fist, a knock came at Emeka's gate. What Emeka could not know, what no man sitting in the warmth of his home can know, is that Damilare had gone to a man. A dangerous man. A man with no name and many faces. He had paid this man with money borrowed against his own desperation, and he had given one instruction: leave no witnesses. But God, who never sleeps even when man does, had given Adaiz something that night. Not a vision, not an angel, just a mother's instinct. When the first strange sound scraped against the compound wall, Adaiz woke. Not slowly. All at once, the way a woman wakes when her child is in danger. She shook her husband, but there was no time. She grabbed Chidi from his small bed, the boy half asleep, confused, and she ran with him to the back of the house. There was a low wooden storage cabinet, long and wide, the kind that sits forgotten in the corners of Nigerian homes, filled with old cloth and cooking pots. Adaiz pulled it open. She pressed her son inside and folded herself over him, speaking directly into his ear with her lips barely moving. "Chidi, listen to me. Do not make a sound, do not breathe loud, do not come out until everywhere is silent. And the silence has stayed a long time. Do you hear me? Mama, what is... No questions, just obey me. Promise your mother." "I promise." She kissed him once, hard, long, on the forehead. Then she closed the cabinet. Then she walked back toward the sound. She did not run. She did not hide. She walked back, perhaps to buy her son more time. Perhaps because a mother's love is the bravest thing this world has ever produced. The assassin found Emeka first, then Adas. And inside the dark cabinet, Small Chidi heard things that a child of 7 should never hear. He pressed his palms against his ears. He held his breath. He obeyed his mother, as she had asked. He stayed still. Then there were footsteps through the house, slow ones, searching ones, the sound of doors opening, the sound of things being moved, then nothing, then the sound of the gate closing.